It's Marketing Funnel Automation with Todd Brown.
Okay, now that you have an understanding of your prospect, what makes them tick, what makes them think, what they think about, their emotions, now it's time to move to the next stage, and that's looking at the 5 levels of prospect awareness. There are 5 different levels of awareness that any prospect can have as it relates to your product or service. And we need to understand how aware they are of your product, of their problem, of the solutions out there, so that we understand how best to approach them. And so the first level of prospect awareness is what we call the most aware. And this is a prospect that understands what's being offered in the marketplace, really knows about you, knows about your company, knows about your product or service, and really what they want to hear about is the deal, what's being offered. A great example of the most aware prospects, if you will, are lots of individuals that are iPad users. And when a new iPad comes out, they just want to know the deal. They want to know really like what comes with the product, like what are the new features and what's the deal. They're beyond just being aware of the solutions out there. They're beyond just being aware of what it is that they want. They know about the product, they know about the company, and they are most aware. So with these type of individuals, you don't need to invest time in educating them about the company, educating them about the credibility, authority. They're most interested in the deal. Then we have product aware. And these are individuals that they know what you sell, but they aren't necessarily sure it's what they want, right? And so they know what it is that you sell, but they're not sure if it's exactly what they're looking for, if it is exactly going to meet their wants, if it's going to give them what they need and what they want and desire. They're not sure. And so, again, when we understand that the prospect that you're speaking to is product aware and they're not most aware, there's a different level of education that we need to bring them through. There are different components to the education-based marketing content, which we're going to talk about in an upcoming module. There are different elements that need to be in there for the product aware prospect. Then we have solution aware. And this is an individual that knows that there are solutions out there, but they don't know if your product provides it. And so this is an individual that is aware that there are different solutions out there, but they're not quite sure what solution is right for them. See, this type of prospect at this level of awareness, this is where we can talk about the types of features and benefits that are offered by your product, by your service, that they won't find in other competitors. Here is where the USP for your product or service, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit, becomes crucial, because they're aware that there is actually a solution out there for their problem, for their situation, but they're not sure of what the difference is. They're kind of really just aware that they have a problem and that there are solutions out there. And then we have the problem aware prospect, or the problem aware level. And this is an individual that just knows that they have a problem, but doesn't know that there is a solution. There are various, for example, medical ailments, certain diseases, certain conditions, if you will, that an individual might have. And so they're aware of the problem that they have, but they have no idea that there is a solution out there that can solve that. I know that for me personally, there have been certain issues with the computer, let's just say, or certain things that I wanted to have done on the Mac, on the quote unquote the desktop. And I didn't even know that there was a solution out there that could give me what I wanted, that could do what it is that I was looking for. And so in this case, I was problem aware. I wasn't solution aware. I didn't know, I didn't even know the solution. I didn't know there were solutions out there. And frankly, I didn't even know the solution that I wanted. I wasn't sure what it is that I was looking for. I just knew that I had a problem and that I wish that there was a solution that allowed me to do something about it. And so in that case, I was problem aware. And then finally, the final level of prospect awareness is what we call completely unaware. And this is the prospect that has no knowledge of anything whatsoever related to your product, your company, or any problem that they have, or even any solution out there, right? They're just completely unaware. A great example of this is, let's say, the older golfer, right? The golfer who's, let's say, 60 years or older, and they don't have back pain, they don't have any pains or anything like that, and so they're not even aware of any kind of problem that they have. And because they're not aware of any problem that they have, because they don't have any problem, they aren't interested in any kind of solution. They're not looking for a solution, and they're not interested in any way. Now, just as a side note, the completely unaware prospect is the most difficult to convert into a customer, because they don't see a problem, they don't believe they have a problem, they're not interested in a solution, they're not looking for a solution, they know nothing about you, nothing about your product, and so on. Whereas the easiest to convert is the most aware, the individual who is completely aware of your company, completely aware of your product, and is most interested in the deal, a good deal, and they're very easily converted into a second purchase, right, into an ongoing customer. As you move down the levels of awareness, it becomes more and more difficult to convert into a customer. It becomes more and more difficult to make the sale. However, the big breakthroughs for company growth, for income growth for you, comes when you're able to convert those lower levels of awareness, when you're able to convert the problem aware and the completely unaware. You can actually create whole new sources of customers for your business, or clients or patients for your business, when you're able to convert completely unaware prospects into paying customers, right? And the example that I was going to give was, let's say, for the chiropractor who maybe puts out a marketing campaign, a marketing funnel for older golfers, and educates older golfers on how at risk they are for experiencing a low back injury while playing golf, and highlights the fact that, that an injury at their age could sideline them, gives proof for why golf at an older age is extremely tough on the lower spine, with flexion and rotation and whatnot. And so you can take that completely unaware prospect, and through the right educational marketing funnel, through the right education-based marketing funnel, by delivering the right content, we can turn that completely unaware prospect into a paying customer. And so it's critical that you understand the level of awareness that your prospects are at, because again, it's going to come into play in the upcoming module about the education-based marketing content. It's going to determine what we cover, what we don't cover, and how we cover it, right? And the lower on the level that your prospects are, the greater the amount of education that we're going to need to do. And you're going to understand when we get to that module on the education-based marketing content, how to do that, how you deliver that education in a way that furthers the sale, that brings the prospect closer to becoming a customer. And so we started by talking about the demographics and psychographics, and we got into wants, and we got into emotions, we got into beliefs, we got into the secret desires, and now we're analyzing the level of awareness. Most of the average marketers don't even give this any thought. And what happens is, oftentimes they're using one type of communication style with their prospects, regardless of what level of awareness they are at. In some cases, it's excessive. They don't need to do certain educating, which can turn prospects off. In other cases, they're leaving out critical information simply because they haven't spent the time assessing what level of awareness their prospects are at. Now, this was popularized by Gene Schwartz in his book Breakthrough Advertising, which is hands down one of the absolute best marketing books that's ever been published. I highly recommend that you grab a copy. It is, in my opinion, the #1 marketing book ever It's not tactical, it is strategic, which is, a big part of this module. It's being strategic in understanding your prospect. And so you need to understand their level of awareness. What do they know about you? What don't they know? What do they know about your product? What don't they know? What do they know about a solution? Are they looking for a solution? What do they know about their problem? Are they only aware of their problem? Are they aware of a solution? Are they looking for a perfect solution? What does that perfect solution look like to them? Or are they aware of nothing? Because again, that's going to dictate and determine what we do for you when it comes to your content in the education-based marketing component of your overall funnel.